Dan Illman, Mike Beer. The feature race at Santa Anita on Saturday is the California Distaff Stakes. It's race number 7, 5.5 furlongs on the turf for fillies and mares. Our coverage is brought to you by our friends at Best o' Luck Farm, Thoroughbred's finest full-service championship farm from mares to training. Join Best o' Luck Farm, where champions are made. Here's the field for the California Distaff Handicap. SY Sky 7 of 5 on the morning line. All she's done in her career is win 7 of 15, 14 of 15 in the exacta. Never off the board in her career. The 5 Don't Sell looks like she's got a lot of upside potential. Really should be a fun race, and I'm curious to see how it's going to play out from a pace standpoint. Cue the Timeform Pace Projector, and the Timeform Pace Projector believes that the number 6 Just Grazed Me is going to go to the front. I'm not sure if SY Sky is going to be that far back.
Yeah, I don't know that she will be either, but it's not like she's a total blazer from the gate. So we'll see what happens. I feel like both of the two favorites, morning line favorites anyway, feel like they might just want to take up a tracking spot.
Let's talk about SY Sky. We talked about her consistency. She was beaten last time out. She's been beaten in her last 2 races as the 6 to 5 favorite. Both of those races at Del Mar. Let's watch that optional claiming race right now. She just got out sprinted in this race, Mike. She's in the white blinkers. She's going to try very hard, as she always does, and she just misses at the wire. Something tells me that maybe she's a little bit more effective over the Santa Anita lawn.
Yeah, maybe she is, and maybe she wants 5.5 rather than 5. She never really threatened this horse in this race. She was trying at the end. That horse that wired the field there was the longest shot on the board. It was a disappointing loss for this mare in that race. I thought she was disappointing back too, Dan. I didn't really see the excuse for her not to get up in that race. So maybe she's just a little off form right now, but overall, she's just a really nice horse and probably the horse to beat.
The 2 Silk from Heaven's a little bit of a reach. Yes, she's making her second start off a long layoff and can certainly improve, but she's eligible for a non-winners of 2 life, facing some salty filly and mare turf sprinters. And the one time she tried the lawn, it's hard to actually rate the race. I mean, she was going 2 turns over a wet turf course, but the jury's out as to whether she's good enough and to whether she wants the grass.
Yeah, just a ton of questions to answer for. She is going to be a big price, though.
Gypsy Blue ran 3rd last time out. The question for her is she going to get enough pace? Because it doesn't appear like she has much early speed, which means she's going to be at the mercy of the pace situation. If it's hot, I wouldn't be surprised if she comes running. She occasionally puts up a good one, and the 5.5 should be fine for her.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe she's a little underrated. Her last couple races aren't great, but she's got better ones on the go back. I think the added, half a furlong anyway helps her cause a little bit. She's the interesting. If you don't like the favorites in her, I think she's the most interesting alternative. Throw
out the grade 1 Clement L. Hirsch, 2 starts back for the 4 Queen Bee to You, and you're left with a couple of decent performance stakes placed on the dirt at Los Al, a stakes winner on the dirt at Los Al. Let's go back to her most recent turf race. This is way back in May in the Franz Valentine Stakes. She's a nice price at 14 to 1. I thought she sat a good trip. She is simply second best.
Yeah, can't get up at the end of this race. Ran her typical race, though, tried really hard, can't get to this horse in front of her. I don't know about her as a turf sprinter, Dan. It feels like 5.5 might be a little short for her. She's a pretty rock-solid horse, though.
Mike, you made the 5 Don't Sell and out of the gate best bet a couple of weeks ago, and she came through for you in the Unzip Me Stakes. She is a turf sprinter. She's run well at middle distances, but I really think 5 and 5.5 is what she wants. I believe she's a perfect 4 for 4 sprinting on turf and or synthetic. Let's go back to the Unzip Me Stakes, the race you really liked her. Boy, you could drive a Mack truck through that opening. She's 3 wide splitting horses, but despite the cutback in distance, she showed good enough speed to stay close to the pace. She split him, as you see, and she's a very comfortable winner.
Yeah, that's been sort of her MO in all of the sprint races you're talking about on turf and synthetic. She has speed, but she doesn't go to the lead in her races. She's perfectly happy to just sit in behind, and then they take her clear in the stretch, and she fires every time. I mean, so far, she hasn't really made any mistakes in these races.
3rd start of the form cycle for Just Grazed Me, the filly that Timeform US believes will make the lead. Let's go back to her most recent race at Del Mar. She was a pace presser. She's the gray, and she's taking over the lead right now for Phil D'Amato in her 2nd start of the form cycle. Gypsy Blue will rally into 3rd in this race. I thought this was an okay performance. You see her getting out a little bit at the end, but she's now paired up 86 buyers in her last 2 races, and if Timeform US is right and she gets a comfortable lead, maybe she can last for at least a piece.
Yeah, I think she probably could. I'm with you. I thought she ran fine last time. I wasn't blown away by it. You saw her, take on the pace setter there. That horse just totally gave it up to this horse, and she was pretty much home free from there. I think it's going to be tougher for her in this race.
Top pick time for the California Distaff Stakes. We are in agreement. We both like Don't Sell. We think she is fair as the second choice at 5-2 on the morning line. I'll use her on top of SY Sky.
Yeah, I looked at it the same way. I went 5-1-4. It's quick back for Don't Sell, but it just feels like an easier race than the last one she was in.
It's the $100,000 California Distaff Handicap. It's the feature race at the Great Race Place on Saturday, and race number 7 is approximate post of 3:45 Pacific. Good luck.